Listen, man, during the ball drop, during the lottery drop.
You tell us like some of the stories of the opportunity you got a chance to shake his hand to come into this league and to get to know him over your career, of how good a person he was.
I met him before the draft. He says, even before the lottery, he said, "You want to play where it's hot or where it's cold?" And I said, "Hot." Then Orlando gets the ball. I don't think about none of it.
I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, I am too. So then,
I love that you just said that.
I'm at the draft, and he's coming up with the envelope, and he's looking at the envelope, and he goes. So
that was a wink. If the cameras did not see it, that was a strong wink.
So right then, I didn't know if I know I was 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
But I didn't know. So like he got the envelope, and it was real quick. He was like, and with the first, and then he called me. So, and then I would always see him and say thank you, because he actually paved the way for all of us.
Absolutely.
He did a lot. So I remember one time when the Hacker Shack was starting to get strong, I went to his office and said, "Listen, I make a lot of money, and based on your pay scale, I can miss 20 games and still be all right."
Yeah.
So the next person fouled me, I'm knocking somebody's teeth out. And he started laughing. He said, "Shaq, you know what's funny about this conversation?" He said, "You're complaining about 28 teams, but I got 28 teams complaining about you." That's what he said.
That's crazy.
I said, "Damn." I said, "So they
perspective."
I said, "Yeah, they complaining about me." He said, "Yeah, everybody's, you too big, you too strong, you get all the call, like I can't." And then he said, "Let me keep it real, Shaq. I can't call every foul." I said, "You're right." And so that's when I said, "Okay, you can't call every foul. That also means you can't call every 3 seconds."
Right.
And that's why I just stood in the lane. And that's how. And
there's always was called. You always
all day. I'm gonna just tell him, like, you gonna call it, but you ain't gonna call it 2 times, 3 times wrong. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you gonna do it. So I kind of just forgot about the Hacker Shack and said to myself, okay, if I can get past this and win.
All right. Wouldn't it be fascinating if the number 10 envelope opened and there wasn't a Dallas Mavericks logo in it, and meaning that they jumped up? What a year for the Mavericks. Imagine if it ended with Nico Harrison jumping into the top 4. Now, wouldn't that be interesting? Wouldn't missing the playoffs and getting into the lottery start to look like a grand madman's plot all along? Well, certainly could be interesting. Again, watch that number 10 envelope. Watch that number 10 envelope.
Oh, your ring's real?
No.
Oh. So it was scripted. You knew you was getting them.
Of course, all day, every day.
So y'all knew you was getting them that year.
I did.
Yeah.
There's a script.
True story. I never told the story. In the first round, first championship, in the first round, I forget who we're playing. I hear Phil Jackson tell Gary Vitti, "Hey, get us some hotels in Indiana, because that's where we're going to play in the finals." This was like before game 1 in the finals, and like it didn't hit me until we got to Indiana.
Or maybe he just knew that they were the best team in the East.
I don't know. I'm just telling you what I heard the man say. We haven't even played one game yet. They were back to me. He's like, "Yeah, get us some, hotel rooms in Indiana. I don't want to stay in Indiana. I want to stay on the, outside of Indiana."
Are you happy they cast you in the role of Shaquille O'Neal?
Yes, I'm very, very happy, and I'm glad we beat Reggie.
Listen, man, during the ball drop, during the lottery drop, Cleveland got the number 1 pick. I just don't think that was.
What a coincidence! Don't you think?
Wemby with the Spurs. Oh my God! Let's keep LeBron home. You know what? Patrick Ewing to the Knicks. Derrick Rose to the Bulls. Like, I understand the assignment, guys. I had to make sure that, I had to do my part. I didn't want to be a fuck up. I just didn't want to be a fuck up, man. Like.
The easiest championship for them because that team was inexperienced. There was an inexperienced OKC team, and LeBron James gets to win his first championship. I can give you that. I called that play out. It was the easy. If they would have played the Spurs, they wasn't beating the Spurs that year. So so the league gifted them OKC in the championship, so he can win his first ring.
Listen,
I would agree with you on this.
2012. You're trying to get in his head. You feel like you can break LeBron at this point?
We broke LeBron.
In game 5.
So get your ass out of here with that, right? You understand how you got the Cleveland, how you got the Miami bill?
Remember That's true. You broke him in 2010.
So remember that, all right?
Fair
so
enough.
Stop bringing that up, all right?
Fair enough.
So they was talking shit to him, okay? The media and the league knew that they had an agenda in which we wasn't part of the agenda. You understand? Right.
And that's how they end up winning that series. Yeah, I said it.
Do you think you pushed LeBron too far in Game 5?
Pushed
Because Game
too
6 is
far?
unbelievable. You think you gave him the eye of the tiger?
Pushed him too far?
Nothing?
Man, listen, let me say something to you. The C's, we didn't give a fuck about LeBron.
See?
Just
But you
trying to
see what
hit
you
something.
did?
I get
I'm
it.
still mad about it. I feel like we could have beaten them.
I'm sure, but we weren't part of the agenda.
Yeah.
The agenda was Miami. He wasn't going to Miami to be like Cleveland. Right. You know what I'm saying?
It was all going to happen back in March.
I'll make a prediction because we saw this in 2011 when Cleveland miraculously won the lottery the year after LeBron left. I just think Dallas wins the lottery now. I'm going to bet on it.
No.
I'm going to bet on it on FanDuel.
No.
Yeah, I'm betting
no
on it.
way.
Dallas wins the lottery.
No way.
Yeah. This is
Absolutely
like,
not.
we got safe basketball in Dallas. Oh, they got Cooper Flag. Everything's okay.
What's that one ref that had that altercation that was cheating?
Tim Donaghy.
Yeah. How many do you think it's another ref that's in the NBA right now that's like him?
A club of them. Something that big happened in the NBA just like it would in the MLB or in soccer games overseas.
Yeah, it doesn't stop.
Not with one. If one takes the fall, it's like, oh, let's not look into this no more. It don't happen no more. But we clearly see the discrepancies in certain games where the swing for Vegas hits the numbers.
Yeah.
Well, this one guy takes this important guy out of the game. Next thing you know, the game is different now. Right? These are elements that bookies know about, gamblers know about. Hey, man, this is a game we need Luka out.
Impact players, you make too much money for what any bookie can offer you, right? It's a slap in the face. You throw a game, you know. Oh yeah, I give you 200,000. You know what I mean? So what you have is the easiest group to manipulate is referees. All you do is just figure out their habits, get inside their habits, then you have them by the balls, right? You want to make a little extra money. You know, if a referee is making 20 grand per, they don't make 20 grand per game, right? But if someone offers them 20 grand for this game and says, all right, over under 212, right? The money's on the over. You would never know he rigged that game because he's going to rig it in the favor of the stars.
Wow.
Right? So now you're playing in that game. This is a game you're going to have 40-50 because all I have to do is just blow the whistle every time I think you got touched. You have a three and it's crushing the ball, and one. Three go in. All I'm doing is just putting points on the board. You know what I mean? I'm calling and one. You know, that's when you get all of that. I'm not going to foul you out. I'm not going to foul you out. Right, I'm going to call a bunch of fouls on a whole bunch of people that have no importance to this. I want you to score 40. I want you to score 40 because the number rises.
Wow.
So just for clarity's sake, entry-level refs earn about 250 grand a year or can make up to that amount. More seasoned guys are in the 500,000 range. So if you say 20,000, that's a month pay? Woo.
I don't know if it's leaked or anything, but, you know, even with the David Stern and Donaghy thing, right, the biggest mistake the feds made was letting David Stern know there might be other refs that we're looking into. Right?
Talk about it.
What he did.
I remember we were about to play Game 7, 2012. So we were about to play the Celtics or whatever.
Game 7.
So I'm hyped as hell. I'm like, yeah, bro, we got a Game 7. So Eldon's like, you know we're going to have to win by 15 just to win by 1. So I'm like, what you mean? He's like, bro, this is the NBA, it's entertainment. LeBron is in the Heat or waiting. Would you rather watch the Celtics or the Sixers play the Heat? I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm on the team. I wouldn't even watch the Sixers play the Heat type. Like, so we get in this game, you know how much money the NBA is gonna lose. So I'm like, I guess, like a decent amount. It's like, okay then. So like, that's why I'm telling you, take M's and M's from this. I'm like, what? He's like, millions of memories. Because this is entertainment.
Damn, that's a bar.
You got to win by 15 because you have to
win by 1.
You have to be up so much that don't affect it.
I feel like every season for me is just like it's like a movie. Every season is like a movie, and I'm like living in it. Like I'm the star in the movie. Like it feels dope as shit.
I'm gonna hire a hacker to go into that little email account. Oh, the referee's like, tried to give me that look like, huh? I'm like, oh, trust me, I know about that email account that y'all got from David Stern, probably this morning in that locker room. I said, don't let it fool you. I said, y'all take this shit for granted. The same way that the NBA can look into a lot of things, man, you don't think that if If me and Bonzi pay the hacker 100,000. Hey yo, can you get these emails for me? You don't think that they could do that? Do it. Even with it's encrypted and all that. No, the same way that NBA keep tabs on us, like we could keep tabs on them too. But they don't like that though. They don't like it when you call them.
All right. So what happened today with the Dallas Mavericks getting the #1 pick in the NBA draft lottery proves to you clearly that what we're watching is something similar to WWE. Okay, and the proof is in the pudding. As you see it in the clips that was shown. Okay, even LeBron mentioned it. Look, Derrick Rose is from Chicago, ends up in Chicago. Patrick Ewing played at Georgetown, ends up in New York. LeBron James from Cleveland, ends up in Cleveland. Now, it even gets deeper than that. LeBron James, he leaves Cleveland the first time. Right? Cleveland gets rewarded with a #1 pick at a 1.8% chance. The same 1.8% chance that Dallas had today. And the same 1.8% chance the Lakers, Anthony Davis leaves New Orleans. What did they get? The #1 pick. They end up drafting Zion Williamson. LeBron James, he leaves Cleveland again. All in all, I think that the NBA, they're just trying to make everything entertaining for us. They clearly saw that the ratings were down. Right? People were not even wanting to watch the All-Star game. The ratings were at its worst since like 2008. So what do? You got to shake things up. And things won't be shaken up on their own. All right, you got to create this out of your own doing. So obviously, a trade that does not make any sense at all is going to be done. But this is a long-term thing, right? Because everybody knew Cooper Flag was going to be the #1 pick. But him going to Dallas, on the other hand, all right, sets Dallas up to be a contender in the West. So now, the West is just a battlefield. So this makes for more competition. And I think Adam Silver realized that competition is what the NBA was missing this whole time. With a load of super teams and the same teams winning over and over, the same guy going to the finals over and over, I think Adam Silver realized that, the fans were tired of this. So now they're trying to make it like the NFL, where almost anybody can win at any given year. And you're seeing it right now. All right, just look at the Western Conference. Look at the teams that are remaining. All right, Golden State had a chance. Now you have new teams like Minnesota, OKC. But you have another old team like Denver. In the East, you're going to have new teams like the Knicks and the Pacers, most likely. Some people were saying that Jason Tatum faked the injury. Right? So this is what the NBA is doing in order, to make the NBA more popular, make it more fun. Again, right? Because the old LeBron James, Steph Curry thing, they know that that's done. They know that has run its course. So they need something new. So they looked at the NFL, and the NFL has been popping. No one team wins all the time. Okay, you guys thought that you were going to have Kansas City win again, but they didn't. So it's almost always a new team that's winning in the NFL. So that's what they're going to be doing in the NBA. Right? So you have all these teams with all these superstars. All right? Or tandems of superstars. Like superstars all over the place. No choice. I mean, Otherwise, Adam Silver would have watched the league, collapse. What happens when the ratings go all the way down? They collapse, and the league will go bankrupt. So we had to do something. But that's about it. So until next.